The following video has been approved by the Jetty marketing team. The video has been rated Jetty. The following video may not be suitable for all viewers.
G'day mate and welcome to a channel update video with me, Jetty. As this is going to be the last Friday Facts before the Factorio embargo ends, I chose to get this out a little bit earlier but to cover my plans, because I had a number of people ask me what my plans are for Factorio 2.0, so we should cover them. But before I get to that, can I ask that very important question? That very important question that you would be surprised if it was not in a video, and that being, well, can I borrow a like? I just like to borrow a like. I like to borrow a like in the video. Not happy with this channel update, not happy with my plans, then by all means you can have your like back. So what are my plans going forth? Well, the first thing I need to tell you, in case you didn't know, is the Factorio 2.0 embargo ends on the 14th, which means it's actually technically the 15th for me, but I will be starting with Factorio content then. It will be spoiler free. If there are any spoilers above and beyond something like a simple, like a recipe change, or something covered in existing Friday Facts, then it will be marked as being so within the first minute of the video. So you can join me for Let's Play and even live streams, which are linked down in the pinned comment and in the description below. Once the 21st hits and the full release is here, that's when I'll be removing any spoiler tags, and the series and the tutorial videos will continue as normal. So, existing series. Satisfactory, I completed during the live streams. I had planned to get more Let's Play videos done, but honestly, I just ran out of time. I'd like to say I'll come back and complete the YouTube Let's Play series, but honestly, I know I won't have the time, so I'm deciding I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm sorry for everybody who was really keen on more Satisfactory, and look, I love the game, I thoroughly enjoyed playing it, but I really wish that devs would, have some sort of conversation and, we'll schedule out their releases a little bit better. Which brings me to Captain Industry. The final episode has been planned and it's even been recorded. But between the Crush, Shape, Satisfactory and other delays, the series feels like it's had one too many interruptions, and for that I apologize. Maybe next time, like I said, we're going to ask all the devs to kindly release their games at a more convenient time for my schedule. Because look, I also wanted to look at Frostbug 2, but I just haven't had the time. On to workers and resources, well, that's going to continue with a video once a week for a little while at least. I'm hoping maybe we can increase that in the future. I'm still hoping to get to episode 100 by Christmas, but with 30 episodes to go, it might well be 2025 before we get to episode 100. There are also a number of other games with speculative release dates this year, and confirmed ones as well. Techtonica 1.0 is coming out November 7th. Planetcraft just had a DLC drop, as well as Desynced just had a major update as well last week, and Timberborn had one today, and there's also another at least 3 games that have speculative releases or major updates before Christmas. Which ones come to the channel, I honestly don't know. A lot of that does come down to scheduling, but speaking of scheduling, I am planning on having more live streams in the future. I am planning to step it up to probably about 7 days a week. It's going to be 7 days a week with a big asterisk. We're going to plan for 7 days and accept that it's probably not going to be every day, but I'm going to do my absolute best, depending on time and trying to make sure that, well, the daily videos are already done before we worry about the live streams. Next, we have something I've been wrestling back and forth with for quite some time. Probably one of the reasons the Captain Industry has been delayed as much as it has, and that is, well, blueprints. Up until now, I've provided all my blueprints for free, linked via my Discord and of course on my Google Drive, which is fine when most blueprints would be built during a Let's Play, and then perfected over time and with repeated building over and over by hand. But over time, they've become more complicated. I've spent a lot more time on each one. Satisfactory, I've spent in excess of 20 hours building the 50 blueprints that I've shared. And we know that those blueprints are very limited in scope and size due to the limits of the blueprint machines. The last blueprint I released for Captain Industry were the upgraded lab and the complete food and medical build. The labs I had from an existing Let's Play back from our creator map, and that took about an hour to finalize. As for the food and medical build, I already had it from my live stream series from where we did the Armageddon map, but it still took 3 whole days to copy out of the existing save, remove any excess belts and pipes that have been run through the system, build it of course on a test creative map, and then edit the blueprint, cutting it into smaller pieces, also making it modular, and then finally unspaghettify any belts so they could be understood and run cleanly from end to end. And then yes, I could and did publish a video on it, which has 3,000 views, and even if I was making an outrageous $10 per 1,000 views, it means I made $30 for, well, 30 hours worth of work. And sure, the upgraded labs video also has 3,000 views and it's been downloaded over 3,000 times. Just my blueprints of the Captain Industry Hub have been downloaded close to 40,000 times. I have no idea how many downloads have come from my Discord directly. Factorio Space Age hasn't been released as of yet, but I can already tell you I've spent in excess of 12 hours just doing minor updates to many of my existing blueprints, along with spending another 12 hours redesigning my workshop. Let's face it, the community will keep calling it a mall, so we're just going to call it a mall. Anyway, it was redesigned from the ground up and now has twice the number of assemblers as the previous version. Oh, and that's before we even get off Navas and into spaceships and other planets, all of which I've already started experimenting with blueprints for. Up until now, my save games have always been available to Patreon members, and a number of supporters have used my saves to extract blueprints or copy designs from those saves. But going forth, my blueprints will be on Patreon behind the $5, we're going to call it the busy tier. Now, my designs are often done during videos or live streams, so they're all things that can be copied easily if you have the time to pause the video or just follow along. But I know many people are busy. So those who wish to have an easy route of getting the blueprints, now of course they can. I still fully expect I will freely share blueprints from time to time, or I have a collection of neat ones for Captain History I haven't published yet, but I'm hoping this change means I can spend time designing really cool and interesting designs that I can continue to share, because as it stands now, I can't not have a video for a few days whilst I work on a single blueprint that nets me less than $30 for 3 days worth of work. Now, if I don't make this change, it means things like the Satisfactory blueprints that I'm probably never ever going to use again, they could have stayed at the 90% good enough mark rather than me spending the time to get them to 100% ready to share standard. And if they're at the 90% mark, I would have never published them at all. So I'm hoping this is a good compromise, a good way for me to continue making these sorts of things. And even if you can't afford the Patreon tier, or you choose not to, at least then you can copy them from the game. Otherwise, they're just not going to exist. But before I throw in a quick recap, that like I asked to borrow, any chance I could keep it? Also, if you haven't hit subscribe by now, you probably should have, that's for sure. I hope you understand why I'm making this change to blueprints going forth, and appreciate that I'm being candid about why this change is coming. So, the quick recap is Factorio content starts a week prior to release, as that's when the embargo drops. I will have both videos and live streams from that point forth. The live streams are planned to be about 12 hours long, and I'm hoping to have Navas completed before the week is out. Everything will be spoiler free unless I've marked it otherwise, and of course, save files and now also blueprints will be shared mainly via Patreon. Work as a resource will continue with about one video per week. Techtonica 1.0 is unknown currently due to its release timing. Captain History will be back next year with trains, and there's still a number of games that may have releases or updates before the end of the year. And lastly, you're going to scroll down and leave a comment on if you want your Factorio videos with or without spoilers. Also, you're going to click on the like for the live stream and let me borrow that like early. And I'm going to say, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the near future for a whole lot of Factorio content.